You know, I remember when we started, the people that, there were not many clinics in Nigeria. So the people that we could, you have a problem, you have to be phoning Denmark and they have to be putting you through. But all those things are different now, you know, and looking back, to even get the water that we use in the laboratory was a headache. And getting inventory was a big problem at the early stages. But of course, all those things are over now, as it were. Of course, we also have established all the pathways that are necessary. And that's why sometimes some people come to me and say they want to do business with me. And I say, what do you want to offer me? And he says this. I say, I already have.
Okay.
Because what it makes you to do is like you almost build an empire.
Exactly.
If you want to run anything in Nigeria. Okay, I remember the story of these people that were selling chicken, that they had to go and have a chicken farm at the end of the day, you know. So, and that's the difference between running a business in Nigeria and probably running in the developed world. For example, you are your own NEPA, almost your own NEPA.
Exactly.
You have your own security if care is not taken. You know, so everything, but tell you what, I would not have traded this for any other experience. I think it's been worth the while, not financially, especially with the way our currency has been devalued now. It makes very small sense of the whole thing. But the experience is such that I hold very dear to my heart. It's like people tell me something now and I say, They say, so you are not moved. I say, bring it on.
Bring it on.
Because I've seen this before, you know. So it's, but I thank God for that, for the experience. But in the other part, what I tell people is that Nigeria, it's also like a virgin land.
Oh.
And that's where, if your mind is innovative, this is the place to be. I can't consider myself in England or in America, where I become statistics. Here, I can contribute positively to everything that is happening here.
And this you've done.
Yeah, you know. Because the opportunities are there. Do you understand me? The opportunities are there for you to be able to do something. When you first start, it seems as if everything is bleak. Okay? But that's what I tell. That's why I'm mentoring young doctors now, because I see that look, when you first start, everything looks bleak. All right? But as you persevere, then you start seeing I read something today, somebody was saying that it's unfortunate how fast we grow old and how late we grow wise. By the time you are older and you are wiser, by the time you are wiser, you are older. So you probably don't have so much strength. And that is why you should bring younger people around you. You should mentor younger people. Don't let them make the same mistakes that you made. I know some of them will say, especially this generation, they say, no, it's my life. I want to make my own mistakes. Fantastic. But you can't live long enough to make all the mistakes. And so for me, I think one of the things that older people should be doing in Nigeria is to mentor the younger ones. And Nigeria will become a great country if we do that. You know, and if also they can listen. All this, I keep telling the younger people, Nigeria is different from America. So if you want to live the life of America in Nigeria, you have missed it. Okay? In Nigeria, we don't have light 24 hours. Wake up. Okay? Yes. Live with it.
Yes. Even those on band A.
There is no... Okay. All right. Is there anybody getting 20 hours electricity? Okay, but don't let us go to that one. We are Nordica. So that's the thing. I think and that's what makes it that they say, okay, we're innovative. Some people are innovative. What we're just simply doing, I don't travel without going to an IVF clinic abroad.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why is that?
I must know what is happening, what is new. So, and that's what makes us to be able to introduce so many things that are novel, you know, and I don't think it's rocket science. Should you understand me?
Yes.
But you must also be bold enough and then be able to, because sometimes some people will tear at you. I don't think it's because they are bad people.
It's
They are
probably
afraid.
because they don't, or
They
maybe
are
they don't
afraid.
know better.
They are afraid. You are doing what they are afraid to do. All right? And then, so if you know that, then you are not, you just don't say, okay, fine. Is that the way you feel? Don't worry. In 5 years' time, you'll feel differently.
Absolutely.
I remember when I started this endometriosis movement about 18 years ago, somebody actually called me, a journalist called me about 10 years ago and said, Dr. Jai, why is it only you talking about endometriosis? Why are other doctors not talking
Everyone
about it?
is talking about it now.
Everybody's, exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it now. Why is it only you that you... A doctor came to me and said, Dr. Ajayi, you like noise too much. There is no endometriosis in Nigeria.
Oh.
A gynecologist. Now, 15 years down the line, everybody now knows that endometriosis is everywhere. So, you see, sometimes you just have to be there. We started HIFU. Okay. That is something that is not even at all when we started, it was the third machine in Africa. Only one in South Africa, one in Egypt. We had the third. Now Tanzania has one. And I mean, people could just not believe it that you could lie down on the bed and you get your fibroids treated without any surgery at all. You know. But yeah, but I did my research for about 7 years. I was going around looking at until the time I saw, okay, this is safe enough for us to bring it into Nigeria. You understand what I mean?
Dr. Ajayi, I know that if I allow you to talk about this, it's going to be long enough, because when you look at 21 years, there's so much to talk about. So much has happened. But we'll come back to you to let you continue this conversation. You know, just quickly before we actually go, can you just briefly tell me what new innovations are you bringing into Nordica?
Well, there's something we just started now. It's a lot of English. It's non-invasive PGTA. If you allow me
It's always
to,
better to get it right, yes.
Non-invasive PGTA,
Yes.
okay. A few years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago, 15, we started doing something which you could determine the genes of the baby from the embryo before you transfer. And that is called pre-implantation genetic testing. Okay, so you can find out the sex of the embryo. So if you're looking for a particular gender, you could do that. But also, for people, you know, these AS people who get married, we could also pick out the embryos that are not affected by sickle cell disease. And those are the ones that we transfer. So we've been doing that for about 12 years or so now. But recently we started something but for you to do that, you have to take a biopsy from the embryo, take a sample from the embryo. But now we've started something which is the first, we're the only one with the first
Clinic doing
to do
that.
it in Nigeria. We've started doing something that is called non-invasive PGTA. That is, you don't take any biopsy from the embryo at all. It's like the bath water of the embryos that we're now assessing. And we've gotten the clearance that we can do it in our laboratory, that our results will be tenable. So that's the latest thing we're working on now.
Excellent. Well, we're going to have to let you continue with that while we take a short break. You're watching Nordica 21st Anniversary live on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be back.